Micromax pre-final, we head to Minimax for our second pre-final of the day. Your grid is as follows. So on pole position, representing the Netherlands, will be Renaud Francot ahead of Thomas Strauven from Belgium. Following that up, it's Matej Radenkovic from Belgium and Kasper Schormans from the Netherlands. Tam Saleh from Germany and Nando Weichselbaumer from Austria ran out the top 6 positions, ahead of Thiemen Huben and Olivier Jonkers from the Netherlands and Belgium respectively. Rounding out the top 10 is Belgium's Jasper Leenaerts and France's Mathis Soubadou from France. Laurence Herbaut and then Karel Stout round out the 12 top 6 rows, with Mick Vandenberg starting from 13th position. And in qualifying earlier on this morning, the top 4 were all under 60 seconds in qualifying trim. So as they say, times are for show, and it is points to go. And that is what they're going to start here, because the event result for both Max, Minimax, Junior Rotax, DD2 and DD2 Masters is based on the results of the pre-final and the final. So for the next few races, so it'll be this and another 3, because we'll have Junior Rotax up next, we will have a pre-final. And as you can see, Renaud Francot and Thomas Strauven. Thomas Strauven now in with the Dams racing team outfit this season, having made the change. He was originally with GKS Lemons Power last year, but has decided a change is as good as a rest. So they are very, very nicely positioned in the rolling formation lap here. And it is down to Francot and Strauven to control the pace. They will come through the right-hand sweeper at turn 10. 13 minutes on the clock, plus an additional lap set in stone on the gantry above the start-finish line. So top 10 is Francot, Strauven, Radenkovic, Schormans, Saleh, Weichselbaumer, Huben, Jonkers, Leenaerts and Soubadou. That is your top 10 here for the first pre-final for Minimax here at the BNL Karting Series. And they are keeping us waiting, these young chargers. Let's see what happens over the next 13 minutes plus an additional lap. And your guess is as good as mine. So they get guided into the tram lines. The Rotax engines roar into life. We are lights out. We are heading down to turns 1 and 2 for the first time. And at the moment, Francot gets the lead, and Strauven round to the outside. A bit of a move between Radenkovic and Schormans as they try and filter their way through. As there's a move and there's a bit of argy-bargy. That must have been Radenkovic forcing his way through into P3 through the exit of turns 3 and 4. As the two leaders starting to pull away, as Strauven's trying to get on terms with Renaud Francot and goes into the slipstream, heading into turn 7 for the first time. As all the field making their way through into turn 7, as there's one driver making a heck of a lot of places up at the minute. And I'm just trying to keep an eye out for that particular driver as they now make their way down through into turn 10. Strauven trying to go towards the inside of Renaud Francot, and oh, the two leaders clash! The two leaders clash, and that brings Matej Radenkovic, Nando Weichselbaumer, Tam Saleh and Olivier Jonkers into this. This is really heated up, and now that means that Strauven, I think, has got the lead, and side by side between Francot and Radenkovic as they storm their way down into turns 1 and 2. And at the moment, Francot hung out to dry a little bit by Radenkovic, who slightly taps the rear bumper of Strauven going into turn 2, through into 3, now into 4, now into the left at 5, and there is a train of 6 karts battling over the lead in just the first minute and 20 seconds, but now Strauven looks to start pulling away from Radenkovic, who's now in second. Francot now trying to go up the inside of the Belgian, through into turn 7. The GKS driver makes the move through nicely and cleanly, and with a little bit of room to spare. And Weichselbaumer now in P4. Tam Saleh from Germany now up into now in P5, and then just behind is Olivier Jonkers. So great moves up the inside. Oh, Francot gets muscled out by Radenkovic for P2, and up the inside is going to come Nando Weichselbaumer. No, he can't get through because Francot shuts the door. This is allowing Olivier Jonkers, who I think has just got past Tam Saleh. That is the case. So Jonkers up into P5. He's also in new colours this year. As little bit of a tussle between Weichselbaumer and Francot there. So Weichselbaumer went in a bit too hefty. going into turn 2, but managed to keep it clean and get out of trouble. As they say, discretion is the better part of valor, but now Strauven is pulling away, and if you look behind, you've got 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. And Karel Stout has moved up the order, and we've had one driver not complete more than well, there is one driver that is languishing a little bit further at the back, and that is Jasper Leynerts. Now, I think, has Jasper actually retired? And Leynerts actually started P9. So up the inside comes one of the other drivers, and that was a move by the 150. So Tam Saleh making another move up the order. And double the numbers, double the fun, as they say here in the BNL karting series. And wait until you see Junior Rotax in just a few minutes' time. Oh, Franco sends it up the inside of Radenkovic, heading into turn 2. So the Dutch driver makes it up the inside of the Belgium. But Radenkovic tries to counter-attack. Can't get through on turn 3. As Nando Weichselbaumer from Austria, now in the GKS Lemons Power Colours, is being chased by the Dams Racing Team driver of Olivier Jonkers. What a great race this is as well. I think Aran, who said on Facebook, yeah, great race. That was just the start of things to come. I think the powder keg is waiting for someone to pull the pin on the grenade and throw it in the general direction of the circuit, because at the moment, the action is very, very much hot under the collar. And these drivers are providing us with one hell of a show. Still, Thomas Strauven, you can see that the number 9 in the centre of his race number has actually been scrubbed off. But at least it's got a 9 at the end of it. So Strauven now leads by 0.8 of a second, as we've got 8 minutes and 54 seconds to go, plus an additional lap in this race. Radenkovic coming under fire from Nando Weichselbaumer, as it looks like Tam Saleh was trying to move past Olivier Jonkers. So Jonkers also now in the same colours as Thomas Strauven, so they've both changed. Oh no, that's a bit of a mistake there from Jonkers, and that allows Tam Saleh to get through. And here comes Kasper Schormans. So Schormans trying to get past, but then a good recovery there around the outside of Tam Saleh goes Olivier Jonkers. So Jonkers now having this opportunity to really get the bit between the teeth and excuse me, and really go for it, as we're nearly 5 minutes down and just over 8 to go, plus an additional lap. These drivers are really, really testing each other, and this is where they put the feelers out. This is where the strategy comes in, the mind games, because okay, it's all, you want to be quick, you want to be fast, you want to be strong, you want to be able to have that stamina, that cardiovascular fitness. But another part of racing is the mind games, and especially when you do your talking out on the circuit, because let's not forget, these are young drivers. And one of the biggest things is that one thing that I love about the karting fraternity is that everyone is out for each other. They're out to get one another in terms of racecraft and positioning out on the circuit. But behind closed doors, some of these drivers are the best of friends. And that is, there's always, it's both sides of the double-edged sword. So at the moment, Thomas Strauven, so Jasper Leynerts on lap 2 has unfortunately retired from the first pre-final of the weekend. So 7 minutes and 5 seconds still to go, plus an additional lap, and Thomas Strauven continues to lead. And now has a gap of around 0.6 of a second over Rino Frankot. Matej Radenkovic is a fraction ahead of Nando Weichselbaumer. Here is the battle for P5 between Olivier Jonkers, Tam Saleh, and from the Netherlands, Kasper Schormans. Thiemen Huben from the Netherlands also is in 8th, ahead of Belgium's Karel Stout from PG Motorsport in the 143. Karel was running in, I think he was running in the 33 in Micromax earlier on this season, but has moved up a class. I've seen that with a few drivers. Matej Radenkovic also has moved up from Micromax into this class and is holding himself to very, very good account in this early phase. As we have just over 6 minutes and 10 seconds, plus an additional lap still to go. Here in Minimax Pre-Final 1 on day 1. And it's starting to get a little bit closer at the front of the field. I mean, last time out, the top 4 were separated by just under 1.4 seconds. The gap now is 1.3. And Thomas Strauven, because he's having no assistance, says, oh, Tam Saleh looks up the inside of Olivier Jonkers through into turn 2 for P5, and is trying to get his way past the Belgian, but can't get through quite yet. As they go down the back straightaway, and it looks to be even closer between the top 4 now. So I'm looking to see who's the fastest out of the quartet. And at the moment, it is Matej Radenkovic running in P3 at the moment, as the leaders now make their way down to turn number 10. So Strauven being hounded by Frankot from the Netherlands in the 111 as they come through into turn 12. We're now going to complete lap number 8 of this race. Just 5 minutes plus an additional lap left to go here in the Minimax pre-final for the first day of competition. So Strauven leads by 0.345 of a second ahead of Matej Radenkovic from Belgium. Then it's Austria's Nando Weichselbaumer in 4th place. Tam Saleh now is ahead of Olivier Jonkers, but Kasper Schormans has got past as Jonkers goes back up the inside of the number 140 through into turn number 6. So these two as, oh no, Jonkers off of turn 7, disaster for the 116. Oh my goodness, now was there a little bit of I'm not too sure, now was there a problem or was there the slightest amount of contact there? Not 100% sure. So Jonkers just appeared to go straight on, but I didn't quite catch exactly what happened from my line of sight. So Olivier Jonkers now drops out of the what will be, I think, at least the top 7, maybe even make that the top 8. So Strauven is being closed in on, hand over fist. 59.848 for him, 59.737 for Renaud Frankot. So Frankot, oh now, who is that up the inside of the 143? That is Karel Stout, and that was, I think, Thiemen Huben has just gone up the inside. That was a great move by the 105 from GKS Lemons Power, but Karel Stout from PG Motorsport trying to come back at the 105 for what is 7th on the road. Or maybe, 7th on the road. So good move by, Huben to get past. Coming to the last 180 seconds as the pair are side by side. As Huben ran wide and he's hanging Karel Stout out to dry. But in many respects, he gave Karel Stout enough room to do so to get through turn 10. Oh my goodness. You know when you try and look somewhere and then something else happens in the corner, out of the corner of your eye, as I see that the leaders are pretty much together. So Renaud Frankot, that started on pole position, is now trying to battle back at Thomas Strauven, but time is fast running out. These drivers, the top 4 drivers, are running in the sub 59 second bracket, and they have kept this pace up, and incredibly enough, in this heat, this is what is even more impressive, as the weather is now, it's 28 degrees Celsius at the moment, and yeah, I don't know how, I hope that all these drivers are hydrating, because that's what they're going to need to do over the course of this weekend. So it's never, ever easy as we go into the last couple of minutes, as Renaud Frankot still trying to close up on Thomas Strauven for the lead of this race, which could decide who our winner will be for the pre-final in Minimax. So just under 2 tenths separate the two leaders. Matej Radenkovic and Nando Weichselbaumer round out the top 4 positions, and Radenkovic and Weichselbaumer are separated by just under 3.5 tenths of a second at this particular moment in time. Tam Saleh rounds out the top 5 and is a further 2.5 seconds behind that battle, as we see Karel Stout and Thiemen Huben rounding out the top 8 positions, as now Frankot in the tow on Strauven, going for the move up the inside. Does he take it? He has got the lead. Renaud Frankot, our pole sitter, now trying to fight away with Thomas Strauven, as Strauven goes back up the inside through turn 12, back onto the start-finish straight, and I think really this is going to be very, very close indeed. 56 seconds on the clock remaining as Frankot trying to go up the inside. He retakes the lead from Strauven. And in the meantime, Radenkovic is battling away with Weichselbaumer, and the Austrians trying to go up the inside of the Belgian, but can't get through. Just behind is Tam Saleh and Kaspar Schormans. They're battling away over P5. So some great battles. A battle for first and second, a battle for third and fourth, and then fifth and sixth. Look at seventh and eighth, because Thiemann Huben and Karel Stout are literally line astern. Drivers coming through turn 8. Franco and Strauven take pretty much the same line through that corner. Into the left at 9. And then the short blast down to the right-hand sweeper at 10. Strauven's got to really time this right now, because he's got 15 seconds on the clock. Through into turn 10. Into the left at 11. Strauven's got to get a really good run coming out of turn 12 to try and do something and get in the toe of Franco going across the start-finish line. Last lap board is out. Who's it going to be? So Franco's got an advantage at the moment, but Strauven looks to close deeper and deeper towards the braking zone. He can't get through into turn 2 quite yet. Whereas Radenkovic is trying to hold on from Weichselbaumer, as Tam Saleh is still keeping Kaspar Schormans at bay. Thiemann Huben and Karel Stout ran out the top 8. Stout battling all over the back bumper of Huben, trying to get past. And then just behind we've got Laurens Herboz from Belgium. He's in P9. Mick Vandenberg, Mathis Soubadou and Olivier Jonkers rounding out the 12 drivers that are still circulating, with an unfortunate retirement for Jasper Leenitz. But we're coming into the dying seconds of this race. And through into turn 9 for the final time. Reno Franco from GKS Lemons Power still leads from Dams Racing's very own Thomas Strauven. Matej Radenkovic and also Nando Weichselbaumer are actually closing. But we're coming through into turn 12 for the final time. Round the final corner, the top 4 come. And this time, does Strauven have the run on Reno Franco? He doesn't! The GKS Lemons Power driver wins the Minimax pre-final by 0.115 of a second ahead of Thomas Strauven. And that was a great battle between the pair of them over those last 13 minutes, plus an additional lap. So Reno Franco takes the win for GKS Lemons Power and for the Netherlands in Minimax for the pre-final ahead of Thomas Strauven. Matej Radenkovic takes P3 ahead of Austria's Nando Weichselbaumer. In 5th place, Tam Saleh representing Germany gets ahead of Kaspar Schormans from the Netherlands in the 140. Thiemann Huben in 7th position ahead of Karel Stout from Belgium. Laurens Herboz from GKS Lemons Power representing Belgium in the 106 takes 9th ahead of CRG Holland's Mick Vandenberg in the 129, with Olivier Jonkers and Mathis Soubadou rounding out the 12 that finished, with an unfortunate retirement on lap number 4 for Belgium's Jasper Leenitz.